Hey shop fans and supernatural fans. I know it's been a very long time since I have done a video on what's been going on. So I apologize for that. For those of you that don't follow everything supernatural or the shop's Facebook pages, I had some health issues that came up when I got back from San Diego, and everything's fine, but at the time, well, we didn't know everything was fine. And so I was given, and I still am under doctor's orders to take things pretty easy, but I'm kind of getting back in the swing and stuff, so I haven't really been doing a lot. And so one thing's, it's kind of pile up, but I'm kind of getting back in the swing, not trying to go full force or anything right yet, but easing my way back into it, getting things done, because we got a lot of work here to do. So what's been happening? We got the pickup. It is on the frame machine, and what's happened with that is, so a local guy brought that in, and that used to be a mud truck, and he brought it in for us. Now he wanted to kind of make a show truck out of it, and what happened is he cut the floors out and stuff and put new floors in it before he brought it to us. I think he just realized that he was in over his head. Well, what happened is things moved, and that cab and stuff, nothing's squared away now after it's been painted. We didn't know that at the time, or Don or Mike, or none of us knew about that until later. Why is this thing not lining up right and having lots of issues? So right now is kind of a mystery on how that's going to be resolved, because I don't know if we're going to have to cut the floors out and bring everything in and then re-weld everything. Not sure on that. The 69 GTX has been taken off the frame machine and just sitting there. The 66 is sitting behind the toolbox over here in their tarp. It's just sitting there. The Chevelle is getting the roof sanded and stuff. And there's the chassis for the Chevelle. It's all been powder coated. And just so you know, this Chevelle, this is all brand new floors and everything underneath this. And really that is just like the GTX over there. And eventually the GTX is going to come over here and probably get put on this rotisserie, because we're going to be painting the underside. We're going to do everything just like factory. So up here on the lift, this is the California car owned by Rod. And basically what has come in is the engine. Rod had this engine brought in, and I'm going to do another video on this car, but right now, since it's up in the air, I'll just kind of talk about it a little bit. But Rod had, see that big old monster of an engine right there, big block. That thing is pumping out, it's been dynoed at like a 530 horse. It's got the Hotchkiss race suspension underneath it. We got the tubular A-arms, new springs, blah, blah, blah. Everything's pretty much new on this car. And the transmission is a Turbo 400. And there it is right there. We had to put in the transmission mount. So this car was originally I think it was a 283 327. It was a 2-barrel car, and it was a 10-bolt rear end. So this thing was not even set up to do big block. And so it all had to be redone to go big block. And it's actually a lot of work, a lot of money. Ask Rod, he'll tell you about it. But it's all coming together. It'll be down here soon, and this thing will be going into paint here real soon. Next week I want to do the weapons box on this car so it can get into paint. So, talking about in paint, the England car, what I always called Queenie, but the original name now, the official name is British Baby. And it went into the paint booth here this week. And there she is. She's all black. She's got her black dress on right now. And just kind of come over here. Let you see that. The front clip is still off because we got to put the engine in it. There's a whole bunch of parts here in the trunk. I really wanted to I've never gotten the official word if we're doing a weapons box in this, because I like to do the weapons box before paint, but I've just never gotten the word. I've asked for it, and so I said, you know, basically, fuck it, get it in there, let's get it painted. So basically, if the weapons box has to come in now, it's going to be very painstaking, and there's probably just going to be scuffs, maybe some chips right in here along this, because that box has got to come in and out, in and out, in and out, and that's just the way it's going to be. You know, I got to have answers, and if you're not going to give me answers, I just make executive decisions, and that's how I call it. So it's in, and so it's in the paint. There is its hood, British Baby's hood, and the fenders all painted, and over here is the engine. And this is a factory GM crate engine. Like I said in my other videos, it puts out 400 horse, 500 foot-pounds of torque. The exhaust manifolds are right here, and these are stock exhaust manifolds. These are going to be taken to the city tomorrow, and they are going to get ceramic coated. And that's the way they should look. I mean, they'll always look factory. I don't know if we got one. I'll try to show you one. It's factory ceramic coated here on Rod's car. We got these done here a week or so ago, and I'll tell you, man, these things look gorgeous. So, okay, I don't know if you guys can see that up there, but that's the ceramic coated exhaust manifolds, and they will stay really looking like factory exhaust manifolds, like when they came off the factory line, for a very long time. In fact, I just texted my buddy Kevin, who we did manifolds for something like 2-3 years ago, somewhere in there. And I said, man, how's that ceramic coating holding up? And he sent text pictures over. And I know he drives his car and stuff. So, and they looked really, really good. Really good. And my whole theory is, if you're going to do it, I mean, do it right. Because as soon as you run these, and if you painted them, they're just going to turn rusty within the first day, because the paint won't stick to them because the heat's so intense. And so when you pop open your hood, I always like everything to look nice, shiny, chrome, everything looking like it should. And then to have exhaust manifolds looking all rusty on this beautiful engine here would be ridiculous, you know. So now Steve said, hey, get them ceramic coated. And so they're going up tomorrow so we can get them on here, because when this car rolls out of the paint booth, then we're going to be putting the engine in. Here's the transmission. It is a Turbo 400. It is basically gone through it, put in new seals, gaskets, new filter, all that good stuff. And this car only had I want to say 29,000 original miles on it. And so basically like a brand new, in fact, when we opened it up, we're like, holy crap, this thing looks like new. The transmission did not need to be rebuilt. I mean, there's just hardly any miles on it. But the car was originally a 327 or 283, I can't remember. I think it was a 327. It was a 327 4-barrel. And obviously he said, hey, let's do the big block. And that, you know, that's the way, if you're going to do it, this is what you want right here. These things are awesome. And this is a very streetable engine. You can drive across the United States on it, even though it's going to drink a lot of gas, but it's not that super high performance where you're going to have to worry about things breaking down and, you know, and being streetable and, you know, and idling right when you get to stoplights and all that other stuff. So this is just a really streetable engine, but it has the power when you want it. And so if you drop the hammer, it's going to spin some tires and stuff. But it's not a race car, and you guys heard me preach a million times that these cars are not race cars, they're not muscle cars. This was a family grocery getting car, It was the family sport sedan. And it's just, you know, they were just made to take the family out in. And to put that power, you know, 400 horse in this thing, it's just a great cruiser. This thing rides like a dream. But to go out winning races and stuff, if you think you're building a car that's going to go out and kick a Camaro's ass, or a Charger, or a Cuda, or a Mustang Roadrunner, no. But it will get you there in style. I know it's a four-door, but man, these four doors look gorgeous. And you know, to have that power and the sound, and you know, and now the drivability, because you know, the Hotchkiss suspension underneath it. This has got a 12-bolt posi with 355 gears. It's got Yukon axles. I mean, this thing is just built to do, you know, everything. And this is a heavy car, guys. I mean, with the big blocks in them and the weapons boxes and all that stuff, I mean, you're looking at 5,000 pounds. So a great cruiser, you know, cruising the streets. And like I said, you can take off across the United States. You want it. It's just gonna get you in gas. They do like to drink a lot of gas. But like I said, I'm gonna do a more of a video on this one here real soon. So what's been going on? So just finished up a weapons box for Leslie and Lee. This is their car here. And for those of you that know Leslie and Lee, yes, this is their third car. They have Mary, and they have Yancey, which used to be Ella, which was owned by Super Dave. They own both of those cars, and those are their kind of show cars. And they wanted a car that, hey, one that we don't have to worry so much about. We can take out, have fun. And so car number 3. Now this car is going to be going to Memphis here next month. I'm going to meet up with my buddy John. He's going to pick it up because he's going to be on a hunting trip, and we're going to meet. But they wanted the weapons box in it. And this car we were originally going to do it, and it needs a lot of work. They know it. And our time frame, they just want it done sooner. So they got somebody in Memphis that's going to do it. But they're like, hey, Rick, while you have the car, could you put the weapons box in it? And I was like, sure. So the weapons box is in. And then it's going to need trunk pans in it. And so basically it's designed so you can take the stuff apart and change out the floor pans and then just put everything back in, or the trunk pans. So that is pretty much all done. And so yay for that. And then so people that know my brother Travis Purdue, Travis and John are the guys, and Jan are the ones responsible for the journals. Travis, and I mean, they're just a great bunch of guys. And this used to be Travis's car. Travis bought another car, and because he wanted the big block. And we got him a car that was going to be set up for the big block, and that's what his is going to be. So just because to change everything over, because this was I think a 283 car, 10-bolt rear end and all that stuff. It's a lot of money to change all that. And he's like, you know what, we'll just get a different car, and that's what he did. So, but anyway, this used to be Travis Purdue's car, and now it is Leslie and Lee's car. And I can't wait to see what they do. They're talking about maybe doing some really things. Now, we're not talking screen correct. I've heard blower and stuff like that. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what they come up with, because they have 2 screen correct cars. So the third one, you know, hey, let's change it around, you know. I don't know. I look forward to seeing what they do. Me, because you guys know how I am, I say keep it screen correct. That's me, but hey guys, I understand they have 2 screen correct cars. Do you need a third? So be interesting to see what happens. I call this car Big Red. I don't know its official name. I just call it Big Red. And Big Red's deck lid is right here, and it has now of course we got some bubble wrap here on it, but it has the Devil's Trap on it. And this was done by my good friend Rihanna. Rihanna does an outstanding job on these. It's amazing how she can actually do a circle and top work. I mean, if you guys ever get the chance, you meet Rihanna somewhere, I mean, and your car's there, have her do the Devil's Trap. I mean, guys, these are done exactly like what is on the show. She has the screen picture of the original, and she verbatim. These things are, I can't brag enough about her work. And am I going to even attempt to do something like that? Guys, if you told me to draw a circle on a piece of paper right now, you guys would laugh. You'd be like, that's a circle? So I'm definitely not going to try it on this thing. And for just you guys know, see how that thing's contoured? There's bracing and stuff. There's dips and valleys and all over this thing. And she comes in and does that. So awesome work, Rihanna. Love your work. Anything else going on? Yes, something else is going on. I want to put it out right now. I'm not doing a video on it or anything like that. And I'm going to try to explain myself a little bit, and then we'll go into more a little bit detail. I am putting up my car and my entire Supernatural collection for sale. It will not come cheap. Not cheap at all. So this is for the people that really, I mean, you're going to spend huge bucks, guys, not going to lie. Close to astronomical, but not quite astronomical. But the screen used items, because, and I don't want people to think, oh, Rick knows that Supernatural's coming to an end and he's trying to get out and cash out while he can. No. The reason I am doing this is to buy more Supernatural stuff. And that's all I'm going to say right now. It's going to take, guys, a ton of money. I mean, we're talking truckloads of money in my world. And so what I'm going to ask for my car and the screen use items. So if you bought my car, it would be one price. And it's pretty much the same price as what we sell these things for. It's the big block car and all that. And it'll be done. When basically we make the deal, we'll figure out a time frame, and when you get the car, it is Dean Winchester's car, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts. It's my personal stuff. It's my car that I have to sell to forward my adventure. So with that, you can end it there. But if you want every item for the weapons box, and a lot of it is screen used, that is including the shotgun, Dean's shotgun, Sam's shotgun, Sam's PT-99 pistol. There's lots of things, guys, lots of things, and we'll go over it for those interested. Like I said, not cheap at all. Because like I said, what I'm selling mine for is a drop in the bucket for what I'm trying to do. And I just got to get all my ducks in a row and be ready. Now, with that being said, there is a possibility that everything is sold. I have talked to somebody, I'm not going to mention names and stuff like that. There is a possibility that it is all sold. But just in case, you always have a plan B. And so this is plan B in case somebody else goes, hey, this person doesn't buy it, I want it, let's get the deal done, bada bing, bada boom. So the car, just so you know, my car will come with a brand new crate GM big block, this one right here. It will have all the goodies. It will be a turbo 400 car. It will have a rear end that has the 355 gears, the pause traction. The tank on mine, the only difference between this one and this tank here, this tank is a standard tank, which is, I think this is a standard tank, yes. Mine is stainless steel tank. But everything, Hotchkiss race suspension, the whole enchilada, guys. There's nothing that you can't go, well, your car's going to have this. Fuck yeah, it's going to have it. It's my car, and I'm the guy that builds these cars. So yes, everything that I've ever talked about in my videos, it's there and a little bit more. So it's remember guys, this is my stuff, my collection, and I've been collecting for a very long time. And so everything is pretty much all there. And you guys have seen the video of my car. It's gorgeous. It's not going to take long to build because it's in really, really good shape. So, if you have questions, get a hold of me. Come over to Everything Supernatural on Facebook. You can message me there. The bad thing about YouTube is I don't check my messages that often because I'm so busy. So I have a hard time answering everything on my Facebook pages and stuff. But if you want my personal email address, I will give it here right now. So get your pen and paper. My email address is project, PROJECT, THX138 at hotmail.com. And whatever, if you want to email me, that's great. Just put in the title, 67 Impala for sale or something like that, and we'll talk. Like I said, may be already sold. Don't know, trying to clarify. Right now, waiting on an answer. And I'm trying to figure out how to say this. The person that's buying this is someone of great importance that we've talked. And like I said, I'm not going around throwing out names and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that's going to be happening in this shop that I think I talked a little bit about when I came back from San Diego. And there's going to be some crazy things that's happening. Okay, guys? And one of the crazy things, it was supposed to be here today. It didn't show up, so it's probably going to be here tomorrow. But since I'm doing what I call the city run, I will not be here. And so next week I will probably do a small video on it. And when I say small, very small. And I'm going to kind of build up a little hype to it. And we're going to just kind of go from there. But there are lots of things that's probably going to be happening in this shop. And which I'm very excited about. Very excited. So we're just going to leave it at that. So I am not selling my collection to get out, wow, the getting's good and everything's hot, because guys, as soon as the show ends, everything is like dirt cheap, just so you know. I mean, I'm sure if you get on Impala sites and Supernatural, you'll see people telling you that as soon as everything's over, your shit ain't worth nothing. And, I believe them because, my God, I mean, what would we know about our fandom or anything? I'm telling you guys, it's not going to go belly up. Everything, in fact, it'll probably get more expensive. And there'll be more about that. It comes out in the future. But right now, trust me, don't go selling your collections. Don't feel like, I got to get out now. Don't listen to idiots, okay? That's all I'm saying. Don't listen to idiots. And trust me, I've never lied to anybody. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing the hunt. Keep building your cars. All that wonderful stuff, okay? You'll understand you'll understand in the future. That's all I can say. Just keep plugging away. Keep fighting. Don't, as Jared would say, never give up, okay? So with that being said, I just didn't want people to think that I'm selling because, I'm trying to get out, like I said, while the getting's good. No, it's to buy more stuff. And unfortunately, when things cost a lot of money, I have to let go of things that I don't want to let go of. I love my collection. I worked very, very, very hard for my collection. And but it is what it is. Sometimes you've got to make sacrifices to get to the next level. And I'm willing to make that sacrifice. So, if you are a big-time collector, not somebody that's like, well, I got a few extra $100. That's not going to do it, guys, okay? So I don't need, listen to me, I don't need people going, how much you want for your collection? If you got to ask, you're not in the ballpark. I can tell you that, okay? This is for big time collectors. And everybody knows me. I don't lie about my stuff. I got documentation on my stuff.